Good afternoon. We will be continuing the event. Let me check my. Alright, I'll do that stuff later. Sure, my audio stuff looks good. Alright, then let's continue. Alright, did that.
Get to work. Good fight. Yours is next time. Really good. Light it up. Try and stop me.
Aura. Alright. Let's go over our game plan.
The almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula needs only lift a claw, and poof! All that you behold shall be turned to ashes.
Mess up our match, and I'll lock you up till it's all over.
You killjoy! We're a real dream team. Let's just charge right in.
We know each other pretty well, so working together should be a breeze. Still, let's not get careless. There are a lot of cliffs nearby, so our vision will be obscured. They could ambush us from the high ground too.
In that case, let's follow the water instead. See that flag over there? That's the Collective of Plenty's base, right? We'll approach swiftly on the water, sweep in and capture the base, then move up to the high ground.
I like the way you think.
I trust your judgment too, Lualani.
They went, no, what hit him?
Alright then, time for me and my Sharky surfboard to strut our stuff. I'll take point. Everyone follow me! Let's ride! Here by the water route, just as expected. Classic people of the Springs thinking. They saw through our plan?
No choice but to face them head on now.
I'm ready! Alright then, time for a real showdown.
Come on, show me your courage.
I see.
training session. Let's call it a day. We won! At this rate, we'll be invincible!
Yay.
Capture Yumkasaur's yet. Let's head over to the next spot.
Wait a sec. Don't forget to plant our flag before we leave. This is proof of our victory.
Yay. Alright, where's the next one?
See that? Up above the cliffs? That's the Masters of the Night Wind's base.
The nearby mountainsides have all been blocked off by crystal clusters. Looks like they don't want us getting up there so easily.
You're finally here, Other Granny. If I'm back home too late, my vegetables will get thirsty.
Don't worry, we'll make this quick for you.
I'm gonna write me some dialogue. Fuck.
Well, well. Here comes another.
Take a look behind the veil.
All eyes on you. My weight. It's not. It's out. Let's hope you'll put up a good fight.
Perhaps this time I got going.
Epic. Hasted.
All right! We've taken the Masters of the Night Wind's base too! Look! Up there in the mountain! The flag of the Flower Feather Clan!
Well, how? Looks like they're already on high alert.
Yeah. Not only do they have the high ground, but they're highly mobile too. With our current forces, a frontal assault won't be easy.
Looks like I showed up right on cue, huh?
Yay, you're here too, Shilonen.
They didn't mention reinforcements, but this is a formidable ally indeed.
Let's save this small talk for when the flag's in the bag.
Now that backup's arrived, let's split up into 2 teams.
I'll lead a frontal assault to draw their fire. The rest of you find another route up and strike directly at the heart of their base.
I can taste our victory off!
Oh, whoops. Put the flags in the bag, bro. Alright, so how the fuck do I go there?
Hold up. That's where Shilonen's headed. Let's find another way.
Where the fuck do I go then?
Okay, let's stop around here. We can use grappling hooks to climb up to the top.
Oh.
Well, would you look at that? You managed to find a gap in our defenses somehow, but this is just the beginning. So stay on your feet. If you can.
We're not gonna lose!
Well said. Let's do this.
Let's have ourselves some fun!
Watch out.
Let's see.
It's raining fire.
I got him cornered. Claim these souls.
Still got plenty of bullets left with your names on them.
Target acquired.
Right here!
day.
Does that mean we've won? Told you we'd be unstoppable.
Well, that was pretty exhilarating, even as battles go.
Oh, you can say that again. I was still fighting off Cuckoosaur riders halfway up the mountainside when I'd heard you already taken the base. That was well played.
Thanks for covering us. We wouldn't have taken the base the way we did otherwise.
Yeah, the going would have been way tougher if we had fought our way up.
How about the sacred flame crystals? Did anyone manage to get their hands on some?
I found a few shards, but they were only about as big as green fruit chips. I gave them to the marshals from the Masters of the Nightwind on our way back.
Yes, and they gave them to me. Granny C. Lolly! Are you here to take part in the Bloomflower trials too? I devised the techniques for the main matches, so of course I would show up. Those marshals handed the sacred flame crystals over as soon as they saw me. I did a quick tally. At this rate, we should have enough by the event's end.
That's awesome!
Even said Lolly didn't notice anything strange about the sacred flame crystals. Am I just overthinking this?
Well, since everything's gone so smoothly, why don't we hit the hot springs tonight?
Oh, I am all for it. There's nothing like letting our hair down after a hard day's work. Ooh, and good food and drink wouldn't go down badly either.
How about we head over there together? You can all hitch a ride on Turbo Twirly.
Ugh, sorry, but I need to head back to the workshop to finish up some forging commissions first. Let's meet at the People of the Springs later this evening.
I need to help at the shop anyway, so I'll pick up some snacks there. See you all tonight!
I might be a bit late. If you're all there earlier, feel free to start without me.
Great! Paimon can't wait! Huh? Sure. In that case, I guess I'll be off too. See you tonight!
Awkward.
Hurry up, guys! You're the last ones left! Come on, I'll take you to get changed. You remember where the changing rooms are, right? I'm pretty sure I showed you last time. Time sure flies. Oh, sorry. Let's save the reminiscing for later. Let's go!
Hasn't it almost been like a year? You got changed in a familiar spot.
Woohoo! Let's get this party started!
This is the life. Hear this, Hot Spring. I hereby bestow upon you the name of the Almighty Dragon Lord. All the fatigue just floats away. If only we could do this every day. Aren't you gonna join us, Shilonen?
I'm not a huge fan of being in the water. This right here is more my kind of spot.
And last but not least, surf, turf, and perch.
That smells amazing. Oh, hold your horses. There's a time for fun and games, and it's now when there's delicious food already on the table. Oh, wait for Paimon! Take that, Kanich. Bow before my greatness.
Hey, watch it, how? You're splashing water everywhere.
This is so tasty. Traveler, you gotta try it.
Kachina, Tavat to Kachina. I made Saurus crackers. Come have some.
The vat to Kachina. Oh, that's good. That's good. I like it. I like that.
around to help me clean up.
No problem at all. We had a blast.
Parties are always extra lively when you guys are here. It was so much fun. You know, by the way, I couldn't help feeling that there was something on Kachina's mind during dinner.
I noticed that too. She's been a bit off since the exhibition match ended.
Oh, it's strange. She usually comes to me for advice when something's bothering her. Maybe there's something different? No, sorry to do this, but could you try asking her?
Of course. We'll ask the next time we're alone with her. If there was something we could do to help, there's no way we'd stand by.
Oh, thanks. That makes me feel a lot better. Anyway, I'll be heading off now too. Just remember, you'll always be welcome to come hang out with me at the People of the Springs.
Bye for now. See you soon.
They finished the first act. Right along one. I like Paimon's hair tied up.
Oh, here you are, Kachina.
Oh, hey. I had some time on my hands, so I decided to bring Io over to check on Milray and Nyan. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be fine.
Kachina, has something been on your mind lately?
Huh? What makes you ask?
Well, you seemed a bit down after the exhibition match, so we're kind of worried about you.
Thanks, Traveler and Paimon. I'm okay, really. I mean, it's hard to explain. I've just been feeling a bit lost. Despite losing the pilgrimage so many times, what kept me going was the belief that someday I'd win and earn a spot in the Night Warden Wars. So when I finally did, I was over the moon. I mean, things didn't exactly go as planned, and you and the others had to rescue me from the Night Kingdom. Still, I achieved my dream. But after the happiness wore off, I felt hollow. I didn't know what to aim for next, or what I should work toward. Then the Bloomflower trials came around, and I could fight alongside everyone again. But when the exhibition match ended, I suddenly realized that everyone had real-life responsibilities to return to. Everyone, that is. Except for me. And that got me thinking. Am I the only one who's still like a kid? The only one who's left with so much free time on their hands? Who's never really grown up?
So that's what's been bothering you, huh?
This is an important stage of life too, Kachina.
Huh? You mean everyone feels like this at some point? I thought it was just because I hadn't been working hard enough.
There's no big rush. Take your time searching for what it is you want to do.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Traveler.
Huh. If you think about it, this is a good thing. Not knowing what you want means the future's still full of possibilities, right? When Paimon can't decide what she wants for dinner, she gets to imagine all kinds of delicious dishes. But if someone told her, "You're eating this tonight," kinda spoils the anticipation.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
I see even you have your moments of wisdom, Paimon.
Hey! Stop underestimating Paimon like that, would ya?
Oh,
What the
looks like
fuck?
You guys
Like-
beat me to it. Is the little guy feeling any better? Granny, see, love
didn't have much going on at the moment, so I thought I'd check in on our patient.
Mallory's been in a deep sleep this whole time. It's just as Aoife said. We'll need to gather all the sacred flame crystals before we can help him.
I imagine you're right. By the way, you haven't run into any trouble lately, have you?
What, me?
When we discussed the sacred flame crystals after the exhibition match ended, everyone else looked happy. But you seem to have something on your mind.
Oh, so that's what this is about. I was worried about the sacred flame crystals might be dangerous. Did she think there was something else on my mind? While I was worrying about Kachina, she was worrying about me. I should just be honest with her about the rumor. Tell Sitlali about the rumor the sacred flame crystals can fragile human hearts.
But a fearful sounding one all the same. Fear stems from the unknown. So the more cryptic the hearsay, the more panic it spreads.
Wait, are the crystals actually dangerous? Then what about Milray?
Mawika was right. Even if trouble does come our way, she'll handle it. Still, there must be a story behind the Bloomflower trials being stopped. It is said that something happened the last time they were held. Since you're concerned, why don't we look into it? I'm sure we'll still be able to find scrolls from back then over at the Masters of the Nightwind.
Let's go. Knowing the truth will put our minds at ease.
Can I come along? I'd like to help.
I don't see why not. Come, let's head over to my place. We should leave this little Tepetlosaur to rest.
Thanks for coming to see me, Io. How are you feeling, Milray? Feeling dizzy. Think I need to sleep a while longer. Milray.
Gather up all the woven scrolls from that era. Maybe we'll find some leads we can follow.
There's that many?
Oh, this is gonna take forever.
Come on. Less whining, more reading. If we split them up, we'll finish in no time.
A variety of events are recorded in these scrolls, like moments of frozen history with the power to pull you back into the distant past. I flipped through to several of them, but still nothing about the Bloomflower trials yet. These stories they contain, they're almost unimaginable. War, peace, alliances, betrayals. Seems like in the Natlan of 6 or 7 centuries past, relations between the 6 tribes were incredibly complex and constantly shifting.
Why have you stopped? Did you notice something strange?
Are there still conflicts between the tribes nowadays?
There will always be tensions. But the intensity has changed. Usually the Pyro Archon tries their best to prevent intertribal disputes from escalating. But not every Archon has done that as well as Mawika. Also, given that our Archons live only as long as mortals, the transitional periods can be fraught with challenges.
I see. First time I've ever heard that.
Far fewer conflicts have ended in bloodshed over the past few centuries. Whenever I read through these scrolls, I too am always struck by the thought of how unimaginable our lives would seem to people back then.
Hey, come check this out. This one seems to mention the Bloomflower trials.
Let's go, Kachina.
Let me see. A curious coincidence indeed.
How are you that small?
Bloomflower trials were also held to save the life of an ailing Saurian.
Huh? Was it the same illness as Milray's?
The scroll doesn't say, but it seems likely. Strange. It's very unusual for such records to be so sparse on details. The scroll only vaguely alludes to two things. Firstly, that the Bloomflower trials were held to save a sick little Saurian. Secondly, that they seem to have failed. And that the chief of the Flower Feather clan had a major falling out with his younger brother. And later on, his brother left the tribe and lived as a recluse. That's all it says.
But that basically tells us nothing! You know, except that the person who weaved this scroll must have been slacking off on the job.
Maybe something happened that was too sensitive to record.
Sacred flame crystals having the power to beguile human hearts. Is this where that's from?
Despite combing through the rest of the scrolls, not find any further references to the Bloomflower trials.
Well, looks like we'll have to approach this from another angle. I'll go take a look through some even older scrolls. Surely the trials were held more than once.
Seeing as that scroll just now mentioned the Flower Feather clan, I think I could go ask Chief Mutota.
And what's our next move? Any other leads we can follow?
Come to think of it, that mysterious Kukasaur that Milray mentioned might be able to shed some light on this. I have a feeling a certain Kukasaur might know a thing or two.
A certain Kukasaur? Who told you that? Oh, Aoife's assistant Kakuku must have told you, right? I heard he sometimes translates for the other Saurians.
Yeah, this might not be the best time to dive into the whole Saurian dwelling mystery. Guess I'll just Kakuku the credit for now.
Alright then. I'll look at those ancient scrolls, Kachina can head over to the Flower Feather clan, and you two can track down that Kukasaur. Let's split up and meet back here later.
We didn't actually find out much about that mysterious Kukasaur earlier. Let's head back to the Children of Echoes and ask Nyan for more details. I love traveling back and forth. Nyan, can you tell me any more about that mysterious Kukasaur you mentioned before? Huh? You want to make friends with him too? Well, this stupid little dance, yeah. Yup, that's right. Where can I find him? Tracking him down is no easy task, but because he's always off somewhere on his own. One second he'll pop up in front of us, then vanish into the thin air into the next. It's actually pretty impressive. One time he took us to this absolutely beautiful place with this really, really tall stone gate. And there were so many other Kukasaur there. We wouldn't usually trespass on other Saurians' territory, but since he took us there, it was fine. He said that was his home. Kukasaur's in a stone gate. Sounds like it might be near the Flower Feather clan. Let's go check it out. What does he look like? How will I recognize him? He's really easy to spot. If you see one that looks all light and floaty, that's him. Light and floaty? Yep, light and floaty. You'll know who he is the instant you see him. That seems to be the only description I can come up with. It's vague, but it'll have to do for now. Oh, and if you see him, could you say hi from me and Milray? We're both starting to miss him. He did drop by to see us, but there are too many people around for his liking. Sure thing, leave it to me. What the fuck, Marissa? Yansan.
Feeling hungry? I just picked these from the orchard.
Rawr.
Have some. Taking care of a patient like you're doing is hard work. Don't wear yourself out with worry, okay? If you need more, there's plenty more where that came from. Everyone got that? They'll never see this coming. We'll catch them totally off guard.
Leave it to us. We'll show them what we're made of.
Mulani, Kinich, what are you doing here?
Oh, Traveler, Paimon, it's you. You nearly scared the life out of me. Just between us, we're discussing our strategy for the next half of the exhibition match. But as for the details, those will have to stay a secret. After all, we'll be competing against you this time.
What about you guys? You seem like you're in a hurry. Has something happened?
We're on the trail of an extremely rare and elusive Kukusaur.
Rare and elusive?
The elusive Kukusaur is a samurai. You give Kanisha and Mulan a quick rundown of the situation.
In that case, we can help with the search. That description of the location's way too vague. The scenery around here is all pretty much the same. Without anyone to help out, it'll take you forever. What does the Kukusaur look like?
Light and floaty?
Nothing more specific than that?
Apparently we'll know who he is the instant we see him.
Alright, well in that case, let's split up.
I'll take the higher ground and see if anyone over at the Flower Feather clan has any ideas.
I'll follow the river then.
Sounds like it's my time to shine. As Kinich will tell you, I'm a born hunter with the eyes of a hawk.
I haven't got anywhere else to be either. I'll take a stroll nearby and see if I can spot anything.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Don't mention it. Anyway, we'd better get going. Catch you in a bit.
There seem to be a few Kukusaurs living around here. I'll try asking them. Alright. Where the fuck did I go though? That fruit just now is kind of sour. Try this one instead. It's super sweet. Greetings, fellow sorry. Are you for real? How do you do it? Hello there. How can we help? I was just wondering, have you ever met a Kukusaur around here who you describe as light and floaty? Oh, you're talking about that kid, are ya? Are light and floaty really such distinct traits? These Kukusaurs seem to have instantly understood who I meant. He sometimes shows up around here, but he's always sneaking about, trying not to be seen. He's often perched up on a cliff, just gazing out on his lonesome, daydreaming about who knows what. Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure I saw him following a human around a couple of days back. Huh, well, that's not something you see every day. You usually won't go anywhere near them. So is there any way to get a hold of him? I forget if I were you. That kid comes and goes like a shadow. Come join us for some fruit instead. Come try this one. Sweet as sweet can be. Oh, okay. Thanks. Doesn't seem like a very fruitful lead. Guess I'd better wait and see if Malani and Kinich had any better luck. I got jokes, I see. Let me just fucking ask Chaska.
Rise with the sun. Rev the end.
Anything on your end, Kinich?
Nope.
Me neither. Kukusaurs all look so similar. They all look light and floaty to me. I mean, what could possibly be lighter and floatier than a pair of wings?
I didn't find anything either. How about you guys?
Sorry, Traveler and Paimon. We couldn't find that Kukusaur you're after. Are you in a hurry to find him? If you need a hand, I can come back and join the search again tomorrow.
Maybe he really is hiding from us. I'll try to think of another way.
Okay, well, if you need don't hesitate to reach out. That's what friends are for, after all.
I've told my friends over at the Flower Feather clan to keep an eye out. If they see anything, they'll let you know. So, what's your next move?
I think I'll head back to the Masters of the Night Wind.
Alright, I'll update them.
Come to think of it, Auroron could probably rig up a few traps and snag him that way.
It's not like Auroran's traps can catch just anything, you know.
You never know. Might as well ask him if you get the chance. Anyway, we'll be heading back now. Best of luck!
Okay then, see you later! And thanks for your help!
think?
Katrina, see Lolly, what's up?
We haven't managed to find anything. No one seems to know what actually happened back then.
Any luck with your mysterious Kukasaur?
No, not yet. Don't think he's planning to make an appearance anytime soon.
In that case, I'd suggest we set this aside for now. It would be great if we could get to the bottom of this. But not every historical mystery can be unraveled. We must also learn to live with the unknown. Just remember, as long as we stick together, no challenge will ever be too great.
Paimon, play Unravel.
Yeah, I'm sure everything will work out. Still, after all this investigating, it feels a bit disappointing to come up empty-handed.
Finally, dudes. Found you.
Aoife, what brings you here?
Kinich mentioned you were on the lookout for a Kukasaur. Just so happens a strange Kukasaur has been following me the past few days.
A strange Kukasaur, you say?
No clue why, but this dude's been on my tail ever since I got back from the Children of Echoes. Not gonna lie to you, bro, it's kind of freaky. His footsteps are totally silent, and after dark, all you can see is a silhouette. So, I didn't even realize he was there until Kakuku suddenly flipped out last night when he went for a drink. His squawking woke me up, and that's when I finally spotted a shadowy shape outside the window.
That sounds terrifying.
Light and floaty.
I could tell it was a little Kukasaur from the shape. After observing him more closely, I figured out that he'd been following me the whole time, but that he'd just been too quiet to notice. Not sure if that's the dude you're looking for, but if so, you're more than welcome to get him off my back. The sooner the better.
Wait a second. Does that mean...
Yep. Dude's probably hiding right behind that tree.
Do you think we should send someone over to take a look?
It's okay, I've got this.
Thanks, Granny.
What the... How is that even... Guys, get over here, quick! There's nothing scary about this. It's just...
Wait, surely that's not...
He's just like Io's grandparents, a Sauron ghost. No wonder Nyan described him as light and floaty. He really is instantly recognizable, not like any Kukasaur I've ever seen. This must be Milray's mysterious friend, and the one spreading the rumors about sacred flame crystals beguiling human hearts.
Wait, shouldn't he have returned to the ley lines? Haven't they been fixed?
There are many possible reasons, but right now it seems that our priority is...
So why have you been tailing me, bro? If it's treatment you want, can't do much for you, man. Sorry.
He ran off.
Do you think he wants us to follow him? Oh, if only we had a Kukathosaurus on hand.
Hey, that's a good point. Where is Kakuku today?
He was so spooked last night that he rattled through every single word he's ever learned and then fainted. He was still out cold when I left.
All right, enough chit-chat. Let's just follow him. It looks like he wants to take us somewhere.
Follow the little Kukasaur spirit who leads you much further away than you expected.
Looks like he's finally stopped.
Why have you brought us here?
So, is there something buried here, or what? You want us to dig it up?
After some energetic digging, you unearth an old leather box.
These are...
Woven scrolls, yes. Albeit very crudely made, and heavily time-worn as a result.
Eva's ancestor! Oh!
Still, they're just about legible. They seem to document The very last Bloomflower trials that took place centuries ago? But why would these be here? Come, let's read them together. These might just contain the answers we've been searching for this whole time.
Let's see.
So, have you figured out a way to save him?
Indeed, I have. As far as I can tell, we need ocean zephyrs and sacred flame crystals. That's about it.
That's great news. Don't worry, little guy. You'll be better in no time.
Well, it's not every day that the chief himself drops by to check in on your Saurian buddy. Not so busy these days, huh?
You know I'd come even if I was. You're my brother, man. I heard you've been beside yourself since Antu fell ill, so I was worried about you.
I mean, Antu means the world to me. I promised to stay by his side until the day he's fully grown, ready to spread his wings and soar freely through the skies. I mean, with him around, I've never felt lonely traveling through Natlan. Sometimes he's happy, and other times he's sad. Sometimes he has tantrums, but then he'll curl up beside me when I'm down. And right now, he needs me more than ever. I'll draw upon everything I've ever learned to help him get through this.
I salute your courage and wisdom, brother. But these sacred flame crystals you mentioned, are you sure they'll do the job?
Well, I've studied the essence of the sacred flame and read various related scrolls. Sacred flame crystals are born from intertribal conflict. Back when the tribes were somewhat united, they would occasionally hold Bloomflower trials in order to obtain them.
Seems like I've still got lots to learn, despite being chief. So, how can we use them? Is it really worth holding a whole competition just to get our hands on some?
Research on sacred flame crystals has been patchy to say the least, so there's never been a definitive conclusion. What we know for sure is that they can be used to treat certain chronic phlogiston-related illnesses. Others also say that they can be used to enhance a warrior's strength. There's something...
Enhance a warrior's strength?
It's speculative at best. We need to analyze an actual specimen to know for sure. As far as I'm concerned, as long as they can be used to cure Antu's illness, that's enough.
So you asked the chiefs of all the tribes to send people to take part in a scaled-down version of the Bloomflower trials? Remarkable that they agreed, given it wasn't so long ago that we were at each other's throats. Tensions are running high right now. If I were you, I wouldn't have had the courage to even ask.
I know, but I had no other choice. Fortunately, I've treated patients from every tribe, so the chiefs agreed as a way of returning the favor. With all this ongoing strife, it's been a long time since we've worked together on anything. This might be a good chance for reconciliation. Fighting side by side for a common cause? That's the way Natlan was always meant to be.
Let's hope so. By the way, what's with all this baggage? Heading out on a long journey or something?
I'm heading out to search for ocean zephyrs. In the meantime, I'll leave the trials in your capable hands. Just please make sure it all goes smoothly.
Come on, that goes without saying. Rest assured, I'm your brother after all.
Thank you. And Antu, be good while I'm gone, okay? Once I return with the ingredients, you'll be back on your feet and running around in no time.
Himara! How could you stoop so low? Ambushing us on the field like that.
Ambushing? You've no one but yourselves to blame for underestimating us. So what's all this fuss about?
Even if that was remotely true, your guys went way over the line. 7 of our warriors were so badly injured that they're still out cold as we speak. The Flower Feather clan must compensate us for our losses. Hand over the sacred flame crystal.
And what, we'll hand him over after all that? Just because you waggled some fingers and said some angry words?
Didn't you claim that we're holding these trials to save a sick Saurian? Take what's necessary for the treatment, then return us the rest.
Say something, Amara. We're not leaving until you give us some answers.
If the other elders were here, they wouldn't waste their time on such puerile questions. If anything, I just wish we'd managed to collect more crystals. There are always people who think they're so clever. So many contestants were just pocketing the ones they got in the trials. I'll bet your chiefs all have sweet little personal stashes too, huh? Everyone was in a frenzy, snatching the crystals up wherever and whenever they could. We're hardly the only winners. I wouldn't even call us the biggest ones.
You what?
I get it now. Snatching the spoils while using the Bloomflower trials to weaken the other tribes. You planned this all along. Ugh, that Nampol. Can't believe I trusted him.
The children of Echoes will not forget this. Let's go!
Brother, where's Antu?
Oh, you're back. Come, sit down. I'll explain everything.
Look, no need for that. I only came back to ask. Are the rumors true?
Rumors? What rumors?
That the Bloomflower trials spiraled into an all-out bloodbath, sparking a heated dispute among the chiefs, and that no one was bothered in the slightest about Antu. By the time anyone noticed, he was already gone. How could you lie to me, Amara? You promised you'd make sure the Bloomflower trials went smoothly. Why would you resort to such underhanded tactics?
You think I had a choice? As soon as one person broke the rules, the whole thing became a free-for-all. Playing by the rules gets you nowhere in this world. If I hadn't taken things into my own hands, another tribe would have just swooped in and seized the winnings for themselves. These sacred flame crystals, they have limitless potential. I, for one, wouldn't miss a chance to strengthen our tribe.
I won't debate ethics with you. Where are the sacred flame crystals? Give me some. I'm going to search for Antu.
I've put them all into our research.
You did what?
I did set some aside for Antu in the beginning, but he ran off, didn't he? So there was no longer any need. He's your companion, yes. But the life of a single Saurian is nothing compared to the future of our tribe.
Hear, hear. You've certainly proven yourself a worthy chief, Imara. Your name will no doubt be etched into the hearts of the Flower Feather clan for generations to come. Just remember this. No excuses can hide the harm your greed has inflicted. All the hope and trust that that little guy placed in you, placed in me, you'll never know what that feels like.
Wait, Nampol! Where are you going?
Antu! Antu! Antu, it's me! Please! Answer me! Antu, are you okay? Oh, look at you out here all on your own. I'm so sorry, Antu. This is all my fault. I'll think of another way. After that, I left the Flower Feather clan and lived here on this hill with Antu. He was running out of time. I took him from tribe to tribe, begging them to spare some sacred flame crystals, our last hope. But no one believed me anymore. I begged them again and again, enduring sneers, insults, even beatings, until finally, Antu's time came. In those last few days, he seemed consumed by an overwhelming sorrow. And then I realized it wasn't just the sickness weighing him down, no. Remorse filled his gaze. I remember once, over at the Children of Echoes, someone approached us with a sacred flame crystal, flaunting it before quickly putting it away.
Ah, this is what you're after, is it? Dream on. Go beg your brother for some. How many did he snatch up for himself? He's the one who put you up to this whole I'm a victim charade, wasn't he? I don't buy it. What are you? You little vulture!
For some reason, Antu harbored a deep and intense hatred for the sacred flame crystals. Whenever he saw one, he would muster up every last ounce of his dwindling strength in trying to destroy it. It wasn't until years after Antu's death that I finally guessed at the truth. He must have witnessed people fighting over the crystals without comprehending why. Unable to fathom how those once cheerful humans had turned from best of friends to worst of enemies, he concluded that they must have been corrupted by the sacred flame crystals themselves. In Antu's eyes, the only reason they'd started collecting sacred flame crystals in the first place had been to save his life. If I hadn't been there, none of this would have ever happened. He carried this guilt with him until the very end. I too shall be bound by guilt for the rest of my days. If only I had taken part in the trials myself. If only I'd seen the greed in Amara's eyes, or even came back just a little bit sooner. But the past cannot be undone. I have immersed myself in the study of medicine and spent my life healing all kinds of saurians. I buried Antu here on this hill, where I too one day shall rest. Before my own time comes, I've recorded all of this on these crudely woven scrolls in the belief that the truth should not lie buried. May those who come long after us learn from our errors, lest they repeat them. May the Natlan of their day be united as one, free once and for all from bloodshed and strife.
Medicine born of guilt.
So the non-pole from the scrolls was Aoife's ancestor? And that little Kukusaur spirit was once his saurian companion?
Seems so. That's why he's been following you around, Aoife. Even though he doesn't like appearing in front of anyone else. He senses something familiar in you. No wonder there weren't any records of the last Bloomflower trials. If anything corrupts the human heart, it's greed. And who'd want to immortalize the memory of a scandal by which all 6 tribes were tainted? The bitter irony is that the sacred flame crystals turned out to be nowhere near as miraculous as they believed. All that scheming, after what proved to be nothing more than a hollow fantasy.
Hey, where's that little Kukusaur gone? Look, over there! Do you think he's sad? Or maybe he's lost in his memories?
I'll go hang out with him for a bit.
Thanks. I might need a breather over here. I regret lingering for centuries. Unfolding like this before my eyes. Can't believe I'm just now hearing my ancestor's story. Now I know why we became vets too. I gotta think this through. What should I do? What can I even do?
Through the Kukusar, Antu stands quietly on the hillside. Unlike the military, the Teplosaur is loved by humans already. The Antu signs so he wasn't alive, so he remains in his death. What might he be thinking? It's time I went and asked him. Antu, you're, huh? Aren't you the blonde gal from just now? How'd he know? Wait, is this your real form? You can turn yourself into a human? That's amazing. Can you teach me how you do it? I want to talk to humans, but they don't like me. Do you still remember what happened back then? Oh, only bits and pieces. I remember being in a lot of pain. I remember how worried my good friend Nompel was. Afterwards, the pain stopped and my body felt so light. I couldn't find him anymore. I hid and searched. I searched without end. My body kept going colder and colder, like I was freezing to death. Luckily, I found a nice, cozy cave where I huddled up and slept for ages. When I woke back up again, the world seemed completely different. A cave? Yeah, and there were all these strange patterns on the walls. Some of them even looked a bit like me. Could it mean the remnants of the secret source? That's the closest place to the Night Kingdom. Maybe his soul hasn't faded away yet because he was hibernating there. When I came out of the cave, I saw that those evil monsters had returned, so I went to help. That's how I met Milray and Nyan. 3 of us had them running in circles. Once I showed my friends the way, those monsters didn't stand a chance of catching them. Eventually, those monsters all disappeared, and then I faintly heard the sound of Nampol's voice calling out for me to come to him. The monsters disappeared. This must have been after the final battle against the Abyss. The ley lines had been restored, so at this point, he could have returned to the Night Kingdom. But you didn't go to him? I wanted to, but then Milray came down with the same illness I had, and I was so worried for him. Nampol said that the sacred flame crystals were required for the cure, but those crystals are evil. As soon as they got their hands on them, even the closest friends would get into most vicious arguments. Everyone started acting so strangely, like they'd all been bewitched. So, you think it was all caused by the sacred flame crystals? What else could it have been? They were all such good friends before, and they used to care about me too. It's all because of those evil crystals. I wish I could cast every last one of them into a volcano. We need them to cure Milray. What should we do? Just as Nampol concluded in his scroll, Antu misunderstood the real cause of that strife. It wasn't the power of the sacred flame crystals to bewitch human hearts, but rather human greed and scheming. But what can we do now for this poor little creature? Should I tell him the truth? From his standpoint, would knowing the truth make any difference? What's wrong, big sis? You seem a bit down. I'm okay. Let's head back to where the others are. Antu's eyes are full of such heartfelt concern. I don't know what to tell him. The times have changed, and so have the people. He's the only one still trapped in the past.
Never thought I'd have the chance to meet my ancestor Saurian companion. It's a pretty cool feeling. Wouldn't you say so, bro?
Can he understand what you're saying?
Kinda. I can pick up on Antu's vibes, just like he catches ours, but that's pretty much it. That's just how it is with Saurian companions. You have to spend a lot of time together to develop an intuitive bond. If my ancestor were here, I'm sure they'd vibe way easier.
In other words, he wouldn't understand even if we discussed everything that went on back then in front of him, right? I'm not even sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think it's probably better if he doesn't understand. I know that running from your problems isn't the way to solve them, and that we should face up to the challenges in our lives. But even if we told him the truth, wouldn't it only distress him more than he already is?
That's right. The people responsible, the ones who should have apologized to him, are no longer around. All the truth would do is tear open old wounds and sadden him all over again.
Isn't there anything we could do to help him forget his sorrow and find hope once more?
Just like Nampol, I've spent a lot of time studying Saurian psychology. They can be a bit slow sometimes, but they're razor sharp at others. They don't get complex human language, but they get a lot just from reading our eyes. In short, young Saurians are just like children. On one hand, they rely on their human companions. On the other, they really want to prove their worth. Helping people makes them happy, and feeling like a burden makes them sad. So, the best move isn't to get stuck on the truth of what happens, but to help make his current wishes come true.
His wishes?
For example, Antu, you decided to stay here because of Milray and Nyan, right? You're a smart kid. Sacred flame crystals are bad, bad things that cause endless arguments among good friends. But now, after hundreds of years, we finally found a way to beat them. Will you join forces with us to cleanse the evil inside them, so we can save your buddy together?
Interesting approach. You want to turn a lie into the truth, huh?
Never mind what you're trying to do. Can you be sure he understood you?
Actually, I didn't really understand either. Is there really some kind of evil power inside the sacred flame crystals?
Oh, dear child. Come. Let Granny explain it to you.
Thank you, Granny Silali. Group has a quick strategy huddle.
Oh, I get it now. Okay, I'll do my best.
Not so fast. Hate to break it to you, but the three of us can't make this happen. Let's meet up at the stadium in 2 days. We'll spread the word and see who's willing to play along. As for making Antu understand, Kakuku can help out. They'll have an easier time communicating.
Alright, I'll do the 2 days thing, and then come back maybe later tonight and play. I have to go get ready to go groceries and stuff soon. Alright. That was a good act. I liked it a lot. Can't wait to see the resolution. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and bye-bye. Let's make sure I have. Yep, I got a good day. So yeah, I got some time. Alright, bye bye.